It's like an ice rink, except for on the grass. It's just nuts. Wow. I mean, even on the gravel, it's just ridiculous. It's literal ice all over. Here's the layer of ice we got. All over. I mean, we haven't lost power yet to where we're at. We're kind of on the edge. You can see it's misting right now, too. Even in here, it's... Calves are even having trouble walking. There's just ice all over. That layer of ice all over. That's going to take a while to melt. I think this is the most ice I've ever seen in my lifetime for a storm. We've had ice in the past before, but I've never seen nothing like this before, where it's just basically all over, no matter where you're walking, unless you're on grass. You have a chance to get grip. I don't have any things for my boots, some ice stuff, grips for my boots. I got nothing like that. It's gonna be a hell of a time just getting around with the tractors too. Hey buds. And they're even walking real slowly. Unbelievable. Man, first stupid. Yeah, speaking of not having any trouble with net wrap this year lately, or bales frozen. Yeah. Fun. Go ice skiing on this even too. Oh. The cows seem to get around okay. They break through. On grass, more grass here, it helps. But boy, any hard packed snow like that drift there, that old drift, yeah, ain't walking on that thing. Can't even walk on the gravel road. Can't walk on that thing. It's all a layer of ice. Here's our T-post here. I don't know how thick that is. How thick that is. That a half inch of ice? I don't know. At least I'd say. It's hard to say. I got some salt I brought over. I gotta put a bunch of salt down here. It starts melting. Got some grip here, I guess. But it's gotta start running here. And yeah, good grief. The forecast that I'm used to is, as the storm gets closer and closer, totals go up and up. So we were supposed to get like 8 inches of snow here. Today's Tuesday, so they were saying that on Sunday. Supposed to get up to 8 inches of snow. We didn't have any snow. All in mist and rain, pretty much. It's a whole blob here. Further east, person gets into Minnesota, it was more rain yet. And I don't know about further west if they got more snow, but thank God we didn't get any snow. On top of this ice, that'd be brutal. It'd be worse yet. Right now, it's just a workout getting anywhere. Like, you try to find grass where you can kind of use little forces. You can't just walk normally. You have to stomp your feet a little bit to break through the crust on the grass to walk good. But anywhere there's hard pack, hard snow from before, the roads, flat dirt, you stay off of that. I just had to get on my hands and knees quite a few times crossing the road, going across the road there and going by the shed there, and just gotta get on your hands and knees and just crawl a few feet just so you don't slip and fall. I already slipped and fell a couple times already, so yeah, I would have happily taken that 8 inches of snow. You can almost salt the gravel. You can actually salt the gravel roads now, really, to be quite honest. They're nuts. Just as you saw when I broke that ice chunk on that T-post. So like I said, I don't know, half inch. Do you get a half inch of ice? I have no idea. it varies where it's at. You know what's colder and what's not cold, and like there's not that much ice in the buildings and the grain bins. You know, there's hardly any ice on there, but you get some of the stuff that was facing, you know, like the boards here, flat side facing more of the north like that, and some wires going east and west. Yeah, there's a little more ice on there then. So lights were flickering. It was flickering, but I'm sure it's worse further east though. I'm sure it is. More than positive. I haven't checked what outage reports there have been yet, but I know it's worse further east. So couldn't quite get through all of December here without having a bad stretch of weather. Couldn't quite make it. So yeah, I'm still getting over a cold yet. Tell my voice. Now it's just kind of been working its way down here now. Just so I don't know. Again, we're not feeding the calf. We're gonna feed the calves this evening, but we're just gonna wait till stuff blows over. Get the hell. Gotta clean out bale feeders and let stuff maybe thaw a little bit. My gloves are absolutely soaked. Oh man. Probably start both tractors tomorrow. We're gonna shred bales again. You know, pick string wrap bales to shred, and then if I gotta shred some net wrap bales, you know, and then we'll see. I'll see how bad the ice is on them, but probably just end up running the whole bale through no matter what. Hell with the freaking ice, dude. It's just so much of a mess. We gotta shred stuff with net wrap on there. Well, I'll just, you know, slew hay I can just pick all string wrap. There's no problem there, really. But if I gotta, you know, feed an alfalfa bale or a grass bale or something, yeah, I'll just run it through the shredder, everything. Unless it's kind of thawed, then I'll take it off. But till then, though. But I'll see once, though. Maybe it can work out the bale. I'll just tip the bale over, put the top side on the bottom, on the ground, and then take that net wrap off, which could probably work, I guess, too. That probably would work. Just hoping that none of the cows just break a leg, and the calves must have stampeded a couple times. Dad thought he heard some noise this morning, but like something like a vehicle driving by. But I was like, no, must have been the calves because the one gate is bent in again, and even the gate going out across the road there by the gravel road there. When we had a chain tied onto the panel there, and that bar was bent pretty good, so they must be spooking from the ice falling off and stuff and whatnot, the extra noise, and just being plain stupid. That's about it. So eat some food and yeah, come out later today. Yeah, at least the wind isn't too bad. That helps a lot. It's set. They're not really melting a whole lot right now. Not a whole lot. Yeah, a lot of crap falling off. Ice and branches. Just a little mess from this tree. Just constantly hearing stuff falling off. Especially when you get by some of the shelter belts, it's just constant hearing ice falling off. Still like walking on glass in some places here. Finally got up the little hill here with the tractor here. I just went off to the side here and caught some of the edge of the grass there so I can get up it, but kind of breaking through in some places now, air pockets underneath the tractors. So driving around the pastures now, I can finally don't have to have it on four-wheel drive anymore. I can stay in two-wheel drive going around the pastures now for the most part. But on the road's got to be in four-wheel drive. At least it's been getting above 30 degrees here, so some of it's melting, but slowly starting to get around a little bit better. But it's like kind of sometimes doing some drifting. Finally went to the north bale piles up north down the gravel road. Finally decided to try it, so especially the little hill here going down the hill, you can feel the back end of the tractor kind of shimming going down the hill, and going uphill then it's climbing. Ice is just stupid. It's just stupid, but at least now, like driving on some of the roads now, the tractor tires, you know, like I say, that's kind of making imprints. Must be air pockets underneath to kind of collapse and start getting some grip then. So pretty rough the last 3 days for me since the ice storm. I kind of been a little rough. I just pretty much helped feed cows in the morning, and I was in the house then, and I was done. I think I got 2 different colds is what happened, because I was kind of sick last week, kind of tired, stuffy a little bit, but that's about as worse as that got for about, I was probably like 6 days after Christmas with family here then, and I don't know, must have got something from somebody else then, and boy, that sore throat, just basically slugged up all the time. I think that's the worst my sinuses have ever been for a cold. Like, it was just like how I think the only thing I didn't do or didn't have was throwing up. At least I could stomach stuff. So, but let me tell you, I feel a lot better right now than I did yesterday and the day before. I can actually talk too. So, net wrap's been coming off a little easier. I know this morning you can see not as much ice on them. Helps when they're out of the pile and they face north and south so they can get sun on both sides. So kind of thawing and freeze drying, so no, might not be too bad, just kind of managing here. So man, we were lucky here. We didn't just the power flashed a few times here off and on this whole system. A lot of flickering, but one of the lucky ones, I guess, that we didn't lose power. We're kind of at where we're kind of at the end of the line from where we get our power from, substation. We're at the end of the line. But luckily we didn't have any power outages here for us, but I know further east, like Lair and I don't know Fredonia, or I know Streeter was they were without power for well over 24 hours. I don't know if they still have power yet or not now, but I know they say some people were out for 24 hours and some people are still out yet. It's hard for crews to get around. There's a lot of, I've heard, like, I don't know, 300 to 500 broken posts or something like that, and a bunch of wires torn. I think there's a transmission line actually with broken wires on it is the biggest problem. One ice storm we had, was that like 2018 or something like that? I forget what year that was. We had rime ice a couple years ago. I think that was 2020. Don't remember when the heck that was again, but it could have been like 2018 or 2016. I remember we had an ice storm too, but it got cold immediately after, and we had snow too. Wasn't as much ice as this that we had, but it was enough that, it caused a lot of damage yet. And say having snow on top and just got cold, and we had no thawing of that. It was treacherous, but man, but I think there's a lot of this ice is going to be around for a while yet though, so kind of suck. Yeah, it's be good for having a warm winter. Chance for this crap, I guess. You look at here. This doesn't see a whole lot of sun through the day here. It gets a little bit in the afternoon here on this side, but this is it. But here's the ice on this little wire here. It's been here for days. On that little wire. Some of it melted already, but you look at the post here then. Some of this is melted, but on the north side of the post. Hey, look at this. Look at that. That's more than a half an inch there. That's more than a half inch. Wow. Teds. What's up, Bissy? What? What, Biss? And Bissy. Yeah, you're just... Yeah, don't slip, Bissy. Don't slip. Tell the way the cows walk, they're walking different. Yep, slip all the way up the hill there. Getting me a little more traction though. Gets pretty slick during the day because of the little water on top of then with the ice and gets a little slick. Like I notice when I'm in the shade sometimes by the yard on the gravel road, it's like there's some grip there now. Thawing a little bit.
plus a little bit of frost and ice falling off the trees. Kind of get a little bit of grip. First day of the ice storm, I wasn't able to walk like this here. It's taking forever though. It's just nuts. It's just absolutely, just incredible. Like, what the heck? That's a little piece of grass here. It's a little piece of grass. It went all the way up here. A little piece of grass. That little tiny thing there. Isn't that crazy? And you wonder why we're having a lot of problems. Jeez. Yeah, those poor trees. God, that bright.